Keeping you informed. This is In.form on WBDC and 18 WJTS.
Welcome to another edition of In.form here on 101 Country WBDC and 18 WJTS. I'm Kaitlyn Neukam, and I have some good news, maybe some bad news for a few people, but it's definitely good news here in Dubois County. It is the final countdown. I insert the noise here. I'm not very artistic here this morning, but it is time for the Dubois County 4-H Fair here really soon. It's happening July 14th through the 18th. We've got a full event scheduled to go through and all of these things, and we've brought in one of the 4-H experts, Miss Lauren from Purdue Extension, Dubois County. Welcome, and we're gonna take a trip today, I think.
Oh, absolutely. There is going to be so much to cover because there's lots of things that are going on during the 4-H fair. And I just appreciate the community coming out and supporting our youth that work really hard all year long. And this is their week to shine.
Heck yes. And we were talking again before on air. We do a lot of chatting before, while we're on air, and then after we're off air, if you guys can't believe it. But we were talking about how much of a time commitment this is for the kids, for the volunteers for the 4-H fair, and for you guys at Purdue Extension. And, you know, people, as they see the exhibits and whatnot happening again in the middle of July here, you don't really consider how much time it takes to make various things. But Lauren, can you give us a better idea of how long these students have been working on the various different projects at the fair?
Yeah, so we have close to like 80 different projects. And so some things that take time before the fair, we have tractor operator contest. So the youth learn like how to drive their mowers and their lawn and garden tractors through courses, and then they learn about parts of the equipment that they are operating, and so then they showcase that. So that could take however long they prefer to study for that. Some kids, that's natural for them and they pick it up quicker. Some takes a little bit more study to understand their equipment they're operating. And then we just had verbal communications and public speaking and fashion review for consumer clothing and sewing. So the public speaking, that takes a little bit of time to craft your speech to fit in the time frame you have, and then to not quite memorize it, but understand and be able to speak freely about the topic you want to with very little notes. And then the fashion review, it really depends on that one, because the consumer clothing, the kids are learning about purchasing clothes, what fits them, what kind of fabrics and types they would want to have, and then they showcase what they're wearing. So that one is not as intensive, but the sewing fashion review one, they are showcasing actual outfits that they have created. So the sewing one, my nieces are in 4-H and they do sewing, so my mom has been helping them it takes hours and sometimes days to get the project done. And so that is like some of the static projects. And then of course the livestock, what you don't see is livestock are still animals. Right. Horses are still animals. And so the kids are working with their animals to make sure that they are ready to be led around in a ring or ridden per horses in a ring, that there's noise. There is lots of distractions. There's it's a new environment for a lot of them. And so that takes days and months and lots of hours of the kids' time to make sure that those animals are in the state that they can manage and be able to be led around and do it safely. So lots of time, lots of energy, lots of commitment and responsibility put on the kids to make sure that their projects are ready to go. And so like this is the opportunity for them to showcase what they've learned, and we need to support our youth, and this is a great opportunity to support the kids that might not do sports. They might be from a farm background, they might not, they might be really quiet, and this is their way to shine, because there is some talented kids with computer science projects and the Legos, the creativity with the farm scenes and all that. So that is why I do what I do, is because I want to help the kids learn, and most are learning a new skill throughout the year, and so this is their week to shine.
Very good. And let's talk about the theme for this year. It's the 2025 Dubois County 4-H, where leaders are grown. So, you kind of exemplified that a little bit, but can you dive into a little bit deeper into how the theme came about?
So I usually, we look at things that we have had. The motto of 4-H is making the best better. And we think about like what some of the kids might like. We ask their kids' input on what you think the theme, what 4-H does for you. And the kids, along with the 4-H council, make the decision on the theme. And then we create we have a t-shirt. So we create the design, which is kind of like our logo for the year, and the junior leaders get to decide what our logo is going to be for the year. So, and it's a really good example. I like to bring up several examples, myself included, because I was a 10-year 4-H member, was active in the club. So I did some leadership there, was part of junior leaders, took some, was on a trip. I still reminisce about the trip. And then I was a volunteer before I became a program assistant. But I really felt passionate because the 4-H helped me develop some skills, think about what I want to do for my future, and then it helped me focus my interest during college. And then I worked in that industry for a little bit before coming back so that I can give back in this format as a 4-H educator. And then I like to, a lot of my 4-H council members, a lot of my adult leaders, a lot of my volunteers are previous 4-H members. And they just take it as an opportunity to help the kids grow and learn some new skills. And they really appreciated the program and they want to give back. And they donate their time, energy, and their talents to the 4-H program in order to make that happen for the youth.
And they really do grow into that role, which is fantastic to hear. And again, we're all about giving back to the community in whichever way sees fit. So that is very awesome to hear. Now, something that's going to make Lauren maybe cringe a little bit as we talk about it today, the countdown to the Dubois County 4-H Fair as of today, as of this recording for our television viewers. However, this is live for radio. We've got 11 days until the 4-H Fair. So, it's coming up really close here, and it comes with a lot of different events and whatnot. One of the events that has already happened was the 2025 Dubois County 4-H Fair Queens Pageant that happened this past Sunday, and 18 WJTS will actually be airing that tonight again, this is Thursday, July 3rd at 8 p.m. Eastern, and it'll be on our YouTube at youtube.com/18WJTS. So if you missed the pageant, again, there's so many different 4-H events happening, and they do this every single year because there's so many kids that want to be involved. But if you want to watch or rewatch the pageant, that'll be available after tonight at 8 o'clock. But Lauren, let's look to the future. We've got a lot of things to look forward to starting even before July 14th and during the week of the 14th through the 18th. So what do we need to know about this year's fest?
Okay, so the first thing is 4-H Council tries to bring in events in the grandstand before and after. So they usually try to do an event the Saturday before and the Saturday after. So the Saturday before the fair begins, we have a vehicle rodeo and a scrapper race in the grandstand event. And that show starts at 4 o'clock-ish. But the rules, all the events are up on the Dubois County Fairgrounds Facebook page or at the Dubois County Fairgrounds website, DuboisCountyFairgrounds.com. And that is where you can go look at the specific flyers for each event. And if you want to participate, what you have to do. It sounded interesting. When they say scrapper race, I'm like, there are going to be some rundown cars. Let's see how long they can go. And it sounded like they're going to run it in heats around our grandstand. And then at the end, they'll adjust things and do a vehicle rodeo as part of that. And so it's going to be interesting.
Yes.
For sure.
And I mean, it doesn't, whether it's at the grandstands or you guys will have a few different stages around the fairgrounds and whatnot, there are so many different things, and there's a little something for everyone, no matter what age you are, to participate in. I know the inflatables are coming back this year too, right?
Yes, so during the week of the 4-H fair, July 14th to the 18th, jumping, make sure I get it correct because we have a couple inflatables. Jumping Jacks Entertainment is going to bring their inflatables back. They helped us out last year towards the middle to the end, and they are bringing them back, and we are very grateful, and they're bringing even more this year. And so our setup is going to be the same. It's going to be the same, but a little bit different. So the setup will be on the grassy hill, and so that means the tractors and equipment will be up in the rock area. And we have it, they already have them up, but it's gated off so that way there's a barrier between the inflatables and the road. So keep safety in mind.
Yes, most certainly. And I think one thing that may make the Dubois County 4-H Fair a little bit more unique is it free to attend the fair?
Yes, absolutely. So there is no cost for parking. So your cost is for supporting the organizations that have food stands there. Your cost is to get into the grandstand, and then Jumping Jasper will have a cost for the inflatables. And I'm sorry, I do not know that cost. So look on the website for all the details.
Right, and make sure to bring cash. Again, the website we're referring to that has all the information you need to know about what we talk about today is DuboisCountyFairgrounds.com, or just search Dubois County Fairgrounds, and Google will take you to the right place, we hope.
No, I checked. It will.
Okay, we've got that confirmed. It will take you to the right place. Lauren, what kind of other events can the community look forward to? I know we've got the commercial building where local businesses and organizations are going to be in presenting and maybe giving away some free stuff. Wink, wink for our BDC listeners here. But also, there's so much. There's commercial side of things. There's other community events that the fairgrounds hosts. There's all of the things that the pageant winners get to kind of overview and kind of be a part of. So what else do we have going on at the fair?
Yeah, so every night, 5:30 to 9:30, the exhibit buildings will be open, and so that is where you can go see projects and such. And our corn pit is back. Yes, our corn pit is back, and then we will have our office has some Legos set out. So the kiddos who really want to touch the exhibitors project, no worries, we have Legos for them to play with.
It's all been thought out.
Yes, yeah. So you can tell them you can't touch that, but you can go over here and play with this. And then we kind of reorganized our building. So with our little space, we're setting up a little story garden area. So kind of like a book exchange area, kids books area. Lots of different imagination station, recycled instrument type activities to play with, and just a fun little corner for kids that, of course, coloring sheets are always popular. That if your kids need a break, sit down, you can play in that area and give them a break from just moving around constantly. But else, there, of course, the animal barns will be open during the evening. I do want to shout out because on Sunday, July 13th, we already have some animal shows going. So at 10 a.m., the horse performance show. So this is where they're doing all their groundwork, leading their horses around and showing off the patterns they learn. Will be in horse pony arena at 10 a.m. And then at 3 p.m. is our dairy show and our dairy showmanship on Sunday, July 13th. So they come in, they check in, and they get their animals ready, and they show on Sunday afternoon. And that just because one of the things is they check for best udder. So they have to think about the dairy cattle that are milk producing.
Right.
There. And of course we have animal shows all week, and the kiddie pedal pool is back for this year. We have a fishing contest on Thursday morning, and then Thursday night is a tug of war, which we appreciate WBC being our sponsor for that. And then we finish out Friday with the exhibit buildings. The exhibit buildings will be open during the day that day, and then Huntingburg and Jasper Public Libraries graciously are coming back with a story time and a craft in the Clover Pavilion on Friday, July 18th. And then we have our award ceremony that night, and then the grandstand events are happening, and that will be the end of the 4-H projects. But Saturday there is a truck and tractor pull on Saturday the 18th.
Wow, a lot of different things for all walks of life, even those on 4 legs, if you can imagine it. I hear there's also going to be live entertainment for maybe 1 or 2 nights as well.
Yes, absolutely. So we have what we call our free stage. So Monday we have Dan the Balloon Guy. He's doing a magic show, and then he's also going to do probably his very interesting different creations with the balloons.
Yeah.
And then we also have, so that's Monday night. Tuesday we have Wild Card, who's going to be out on the Midway. So we're going to have the big stage open for that. And Wild Card's going to be have that. And then our Karen Kovich is back, is for caricatures.
Yes.
Thank you. And then glitter stencils by Roof. And then Wednesday night we'll have face painting by Ranger Cheer. Silly Safaris will be on the free stage 2 times that night, 5:30 and 7:30. And then it looks like the Dan the Balloon Guy will be back again on Friday, July 18th. It says Midway, so I bet he's going to be walking around at that time. And then that is some of the free things that are happening on the free stage, entertainment-wise, and for music and entertainment.
Very good. And, again, we talk about the inclusivity of all the different age categories that everyone keeps in mind and all of that stuff. So no matter what event, even if you're a young kid at heart and you're like me and you're really interested in the Silly Safari, even though it's intended for the younger kids, there's still so much. And again, you guys have free parking, and it's free to just be there and exist and walk around and to really take in the sights, sounds, and even smells, and some people appreciate at the fair. I will also remind everybody that the Dubois County 4-H Fairgrounds are located at
4157 South State Road 162. And if you put that in your maps, it is a Huntingburg address.
Right.
So make sure you put the correct zip code. And that is just south as you're going towards Ferdinand, and it'll be on the right before you get to what I call locals known as the Bretsfield Junction area. So it's there on the right-hand side. And you'll kind of see a Fairgrounds and Dubois County Park sign with we have electronic signboard. So
very good. And this is why we bring the experts in for these interviews, because sometimes we don't get it right, and that's okay. Lauren, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for all of the information, for helping me out there at the end. It doesn't hurt to get a little bit of help. Is there anything else you want to make sure to mention for everybody today? Because again, you guys have a very busy fair to continue to plan and to set forward for July 14th through the 18th.
The other thing I want to mention is one of the things about 4-H is service, and we like to do a lot of community service, and so we are going to do Stock the Trailer again this year, and that is where you guys can bring canned good items, and those items are actually going to be donated to Community Chew so that they can help the families that need a little bit of assistance with groceries and other things. So there is on the Dubois County Fairgrounds.com website, there is a list of the items that will be accepted. No glass bottles, please, and things that they would appreciate getting. And this year, for every 10 food items that you donate, the Indiana State Fair graciously allots some state fair tickets. And so I'm gonna, if you donate 10 food items, you'll get a state fair ticket.
Wow.
So the state fair tickets are graciously donated by the Indiana State Fair, and we're going to utilize some of them for this. So look for it's going to be a gray trailer. You're going to see a Stock the Trailer banner, and come out, bring your donations. We also will accept cash donations. It will be used to buy grocery items and put on the trailer before, because we have to weigh the trailer before and after, and we donate and give back, and then Rural First and Farm Credit America, if you have so much weight for your food items, they will donate a certain dollar amount for the for the program. And so in the past, there's been quite a few counties that have participated, and the top one has collected like 16,000 pounds or something like that. Yeah, so lots of food is collected through the Stock the Trailer Fight the Hunger event. And I just want to see, we collected last year 690 pounds of food, and I want to see if we can get even more and maybe get over 1,000 pounds. So I am challenging you, the community of Dubois County, to come out, bring a food item, drop it off at the Stock the Trailer event. Find the gray trailer that we're actually using, the shooting sports trailer, so they graciously is allowing us to use their trailer, and that way we can give back to the community in this way. Also.
A fantastic gift to give the community while you celebrate all of your students at the fair. It is something very special, and I'm glad that we got to share that. So Dubois County, you've got some shoes to fill. That's all I'm saying. Lauren, thank you so much for your time today, and we will let you go because we know that you're very busy with 4-H fair planning and getting all the kids where they need to be, and we appreciate all that you do for the 4-H fair, because this is your time to shine as the extension educator and really get all your kiddos to the recognition that they deserve.
Well, and I like to say this is not my time to shine. I'm just in the background making sure everything keeps moving smoothly. This is my time to show appreciation to all the 4-H volunteers, especially 4-H Council that plans majority of the 4-H fair. I'm just helping them get things squared away so kids get their awards and all that, and everything's organized. And then this is the time for the 4-H youth to shine. This is the time to show, like, hey, we are here. We are very proud of what we learn about, and this is their opportunity to be showcased.
Very good. Not Lauren's time to shine, everyone else's time to shine. But
Yep.
if she was not there behind the scenes, might be a little more hectic, a little more hairy. But we appreciate you nonetheless, and thank you so much for your time today.
No, thank you. We appreciate, and I say we in general terms, all the support that the community gives us, including you guys, with broadcasting and just general support. And I look forward, and I'm going to try really hard to get some 4-H kiddos to talk to you guys during the 4-H fair.
Yay! We can't wait. We love the 4-H fair interviews. But thank you so much again, and thank you at home, at work, in your car, wherever you're at, listening or watching this In.form. We appreciate you just as much as well. The 2025 Dubois County 4-H fair is happening July 14th through the 18th at the Dubois County Fairgrounds. You can find the full event schedule and even make donations to the 4-H fair in the fairgrounds by visiting DuboisCountyFairgrounds.com. And this In.form has been with Purdue Extension, Dubois County.
This has been In.form on WBDC and 18 WJTS. Catch past episodes on our social media pages and our websites. If it matters to you, it matters to us. In.form.